Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investment. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand here at Master Investor. Welcome back if you're an existing subscriber, and if you're new, ensure to follow us here and all other social media platforms. Turn on the notifications so that you know when we go live or upload a valuable video that will change your finances forever. Remember, in order to build wealth, we need to increase our financial intelligence. And to do that, we must invest in our financial education through free content and also pay services and products, because we have to attach ourselves to mentors that can give us their wisdom through their experiences that they have had in their past, okay? And that's the only shortcut that we can really have in life, if there's any shortcuts, is to learn from other people's mistakes and also learn from our mistakes as we go along. There's nothing wrong with failing as long as we're not quitting and we continue to move forward and build. But the best way to avoid those mistakes is by learning from other people that have already walked that path. And remember, the team who we listen to, our thoughts controls our emotions, and then our actions and our habits and our patterns. So it boils down to what type of patterns are we allowing ourselves to be controlled with, right? And we need to adjust our mindset. We talked about the framework of the wealthy mindset yesterday and why it was important to focus on the context rather than the content. The poor mindset focuses on the content and the wealthy focuses on the context, and then we fill it in with the appropriate content. But if you don't have the right context and you're getting the content of the wealthy, you will not be able to utilize it because you still have triggers and things that you need to unlearn and replace with the new rules of money, the new habits, the new ways that we can create wealth. Because without realizing it, our parents or our family members, teachers, they were giving us their way of thinking about money, right? And how they approached it, the old rules of money. They were unaware that the new rules of money have emerged, and we need to adjust to that, because as we know, August 15, 1971, this is a very important year to know when we're building wealth. We need to understand the history of money, how money works, in order to have financial intelligence and be able to solve financial problems, because that's how we can literally improve our bottom line or our cash flow, right? The most important words in the business language are cash flow. Here at Master Investor, we're going to improve our business lingo because it's important. Once we do that, then we have money and other partners coming to us to give us their money. And not only that, but even if they don't give us their money, they're paying attention to us, they're listening to us. And what I mean, give us their money, if we have a business, that's what I mean. So if you're launching a digital business and you're doing it with the new rules of money, and now you establish the systems in place and the marketing, and leads are coming in on a daily basis through the sales funnels. Now that business is established to raise capital, right? And so it's profitable, it's bringing in sales because it's solving a problem in the world, and every business should solve a problem in the world. And if it's only for us and it's not a real business, we need to create something or build a business that solves other people's problems, not only for us, right? And so, because otherwise it's just a hobby if it's just for us. So we need to learn how to monetize our passions, but we need to figure out a way that we can solve other people's problems with our passions. So think about the things that you enjoy doing and figure out problems in that market, and then find a product, whether you're creating your own product or you're utilizing affiliate partners, right? We talked about creating passive income. Why? Because that is how we build true wealth, is by investing for passive income, because it's the type of income that comes in even when we're not working, and it comes in every day, every week, every month, depends of the asset which is producing that type of income, which is passive income. Two types of income can come from investing: passive income and capital gains income. Passive income is taxed at the lowest bracket out of the three incomes that exist: earned income, which comes from a job or a salary; So that income pays the highest in taxes. It's too difficult to become wealthy with that type of income because you're losing out a lot of money on the taxes. Remember, it's not how much money we make, but how much money we keep and maintain and make it work for us through sound investing and make it last generations after generations. How long can it last, the assets that are producing that, right? And so we need to have longevity when we are building our assets, and the way we do that is by turning them into brands. And we talked about that in some of our digital courses. So if you're watching this video, make sure you click the link somewhere on the description around this video and join our inner circle with one of our digital courses and ebooks. We have 3 right now: the 10 new rules of money, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, and how to invest in crypto to build wealth, understanding Bitcoin and blockchain. Bitcoin and blockchain. You can find them on Amazon, but if you go to our website, you can also have access to additional assets that we have added into each ebook. So you'll have the ebook and you'll have additional assets to help you build the asset column, and those assets are emphasizing more on the subject of that book. And we added more assets as we move forward, so the price that you see there today is not going to be the same price tomorrow or in a year from now, because the course is going to become more valuable. We're adding exclusive interviews with wealthy entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs, and anybody that can help us emphasize more on that topic, okay? And so it's just a great investment. Take advantage of it, because you'll have access to any asset that we add moving forward. So when you get in today, you'll be grandfathered in forever. So whatever asset we add in there is yours to keep for free. And so it's just a great investment that is going to provide unlimited financial education to you, and you can definitely use it to build wealth. Remember, we'll never sell you an investment, because here at Master Investor, our goal and mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple. We look at opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. And the way we can do that is by having financial education, by providing that to the community. And that way, all of our members and listeners and our fans are utilizing the new rules of money, the wealthy framework, and the business principles that work in all economies to build our wealth. And we're doing that ourselves. In other words, we're not giving the money away to anybody to invest it for us, because we have financial education. We're investing in our financial education. Therefore, we know exactly how to go about an investment that we want to acquire or build. And there are 5 different asset classes that exist that we will learn about them here inside of our community. Number 1 is real estate. Number 2 is business. Number 3 is crypto. Number 4, paper assets. Number 5, commodities. They all require financial education. Here at Master Investor, we have broken down the entire mindset of the wealthy, the asset classes, and we're continue to do that so that we can learn more about each asset class, okay? Because as we talk about diversification, we want everyone to understand here in our community that it's about diversifying among the 5 different asset classes that exist to protect ourselves from inflation and hedge fund down economies. That's how we actually win in any type of economy. Remember, we don't want to predict the market, because we know the market goes up and down. So we don't want to put all of our eggs in one asset class when we can diversify. So when one asset class crashes, then we're still making cash flow. We're still cash flowing in the bad economies. And in fact, when crisis hit in people's eyes, for the financial uneducated, they panic. And then we get to come in and see opportunities and find money where others do not find it. And we're going to talk about that today, actually, right? We have an article. We're going to go on a live stream. So if you're watching this, make sure you tune in to our live stream. It's going to be called Find Money Where Others Do Not. And it's all about improving our financial intelligence. And you will find out why financial education is at the foundation of financial intelligence. We cannot improve our financial intelligence unless we start investing in our financial education. So there's a lot of free content out there. We can access the internet. I tell everyone in our community that do your due diligence, right? It's all about due diligence. Is the second words most important in the business language. The first ones are cash flow, and the second ones are due diligence. Because remember, we are active investors, meaning that we are actively investing. We're not giving the money away to anybody to invest it for us. That means that we are reading financial statements. We are asking for performance, right? If we're doing a real estate deal, we asking for tax returns. We reading liability columns, assets columns. We're learning how to read the mortgage of each asset if we're getting a real estate and there's an existing debt on it. So we're a different type of investor than the average investor. The average investor is a passive investor. That means that they lack financial education and they tend to give their money away to other people invested in 401k. And the middle class, even the high paying middle class individual, they tend to give their money away. They have some sort of education, but they don't have the financial education required to create wealth. So they give their money away to their 401k vehicle, which is a fake vehicle, because if you just put the money in and it's not paying you money every month, then it's a liability, it's not an asset, unless it pays you money. Until it pays you money, then it's an asset. Remember, an asset puts money in our pocket whenever we're not working. And a liability takes money away from us. There's nothing wrong with having liabilities as long as we have assets that pays for those liabilities. If you already have liabilities in your liability column, don't try to live below your means to come out of bad debt. Just begin to invest in your financial education and put your capital in any credit card or debt that you can have right now to use it to invest in your asset column, create a digital course, create an ebook, create something, or even promote affiliate products, right? You can create passive income and utilize that money to create your first asset, create a system or acquire a system or systems that will sell on autopilot 24/7. We show you how to do that inside of our digital course, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, because without systems, you cannot become a business owner. A self-employee and an employee, they lack systems. They work for the systems. And usually a self-employee, they are the system. If they don't show up to the firm, then they can't see the clients, so they don't make the money. They have to exchange time for money, even though they own their own job. They don't have a boss, but they own a job. They lack systems. And to become a business owner, we need to have systems. We need to control them. And today, the systems are already created for us. So all we need to do is control them and position ourselves with an offer into the market. We don't have to show our face. Remember, you don't have to do what I'm doing. But if you like to do videos, you can start doing videos as well. This is an amazing way to do marketing. It produces unlimited leads to our business. Every single day, people are watching our videos worldwide. So for me, it's like owning digital real estate, and I improve my communication skills, which as a businessman is something that we need to practice every day. We need to improve, because the better we are at speaking and communicating and conveying a message to an audience, the better we are at raising capital and selling without selling, using systems and smart marketing. Remember the difference between sales and marketing. Sales is something that we do one-to-one, and marketing is what we do sales via a system. So a business owner, we need to have systems. So you're not going to be selling one-to-one. That's the beautiful thing about becoming a business owner and an inside investor. We're going to utilize the business principles that work in all economies to create a business that solves a problem, or we don't need to create a business. In reality, we can attach ourselves to other businesses at the beginning through affiliate products if you want to get started right away, and then incorporate as soon as possible, because once those sales starts to come in, you want to run every single penny to the business account, not to you personally. So when you fill in your information in the back office to get paid, it has to go to the business account, because we want to minimize taxes, because that income is going to count as passive income. If you run it to your personal name, it's going to cost you taxes, and it's not good, because it's going against the rules of money, the new rules of money. In order to build wealth, right, we need to have our income coming through passive income and capital gains income, because that's how we minimize taxes all the way to zero legally. In many instances, we can minimize taxes to zero because we have a tax strategy with our CPA and our business attorney, and every single penny that comes to us, we know exactly what we're going to do with it. And that is how we can maintain our wealth working for us, is by being ahead of the money that is coming in. Today, we're going to learn that financial intelligence allows us to identify opportunities where others don't. So a lot of people have a hard time to build wealth today because they want to see it with their eyes. You must train yourself to see the new world and money with our minds. It's invisible. The biggest companies are built on computers, on Wi-Fi's. So the power that we have just using our social media, that's why I always tell our members, it's okay to consume data, but make sure that we are being producers as well, not just consuming. There are too many people consuming and not enough producers, and that means that we have an opportunity right there to capitalize, because all you have to do is pay attention to the world and begin to solve problems with systems. So what are your passions? What type of business or brand would you like to build, right? Because even if it takes 10 years to build a solid brand, that's something that you can sell, right? After 25 years, 30 years, and you never know. Start small, plant the seeds on the asset column. It's never too late to start investing and learning about money. We're never too young or old to learn about money. In fact, I encourage everyone to invest in our financial education on a daily basis. It's something that we should read at least in an article. That's why we're creating this type of content every single day. We haven't stopped since the year started, 2024. We're already 4 months in, and we're so happy because our audience and community here at Master Investor is growing tremendously. We already hit over 300,000 viewers in our channel, and is growing fast. So I want to thank everybody that is tuning in, commenting, sharing the content. And remember, this is for all of us to build the investor that we all have inside of us, because we have to deal with money all of our lives, right? For the rest of our lives, we have to deal with money. Turn that investor to be a master investor, not an average investor, because an average investor is a passive investor that lacks financial education, that ends up giving their money away because they have fear. They think investing is risky, so they want to feel safe and secure. So they go with safe and secure investments, which there's no such thing as that, but it makes them feel good. So on paper, they may look like they have some sort of money, but they don't, because if they're not touching the money, if they can't have access to that cash flow, then it's not an asset. So understanding the difference between an asset and liability is one of the main difference between the wealthy and the poor. Reading financial statements, that's why inside of our digital course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet Term Passive Income On, you will find one of the assets is a blank financial statement that we all have to fill in. You download it straight to your Excel, or you can print it. But put it in Excel, because you're going to be updating that every week, every day. You want to be looking at that and say, okay, which asset am I building today? Right? And if you want a liability, something of luxury, some item that you want, or a vacation, focus on building an asset first that will pay for that. And maybe not only will pay it once, but will pay it over and over again. And you can use that money to buy something else, to buy other liabilities, you see? So when you build an asset, you're literally creating a freedom unit in your life. You have to see it as that. And one book, one digital course, one digital product, you can do print and demand, right? That's when we use a piece of item that is not even brought into reality yet. It's print on demand, meaning that when somebody orders that item, whether it's a cup, whether it's a t-shirt, or a hoodie, or some piece of clothing, then the platform goes ahead and prints and makes the order. So you never touch the inventory. Today, it's easier to create wealth and access cash flow and total freedom, because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have the ability to communicate with the entire world with one tap. And just about every single platform that we use, we can do marketing, and it's very targeted marketing, because those platforms know exactly everybody that's using those platforms, meaning that we can say, okay, I want to market this product to this group of people that behave this way. They like to do this. Their interests are this. They live in this region. You see, and it's all about targeted marketing when it comes to building passive income and unlimited sales. So make sure you tune in today. We're going to be doing one of these videos every day to bring awareness about business, money, investing. Remember, we are the authentic brand of money and of the world, and we want to encourage everyone to get other mentors as well, because there are great people, great entrepreneurs out there teaching how to become a wealthy entrepreneur and an inside investor. But remember, it's all about total freedom. So don't get caught up on doing stuff and never being able to have freedom, okay? So if you're building something, you need to say, okay, how long is it gonna take me to finish building this? And then once it's launched, then it's supposed to come in, the revenue is supposed to come in on autopilot, because those systems are working to do the selling and telling for us, and we can go ahead and do something else, okay? So ensure that whatever business, whatever you're going into, if it's an investment, is it really an investment? Is it gonna bring money back to me? How fast? We have to measure our return on investment with facts. Knowing the difference between facts and opinions is critical when it comes to building our asset column successfully. So make sure that you measure it with facts. Read the financial statements, crunch the numbers and good investments work, and the numbers and bad investments do not work. So once you read the financial statement and you plug in the numbers, you will know exactly whether that is an asset or liability, because if it's not bringing in positive cash flow after all expenses are paid, then it's just a liability. And maybe there's something that we can improve. Sometimes getting mismanaged assets can bring us a lot of wealth as well, because we can read the financial statements and we can perceive something that the current owner is not doing, that we can, I call it the twist. What's the twist of that? Because if I do this differently, then I can improve the bottom line. We don't tell that to the current owner, but we know exactly beforehand if we want to acquire that asset, and we're going to go ahead and add that twist into that once we take over, so that we can improve the bottom line. And a lot of owners miss opportunities that they have in front of them because they lack financial education. So the message is, don't be average, because otherwise you'll be a passive investor. The key to become a master investor is to be an active investor, because that's how we get financial experience, and we have to have the 3 E's to be a master investor. Financial education is the first E. The second E is financial experience, meaning that we're actively investing. So we're incorporating not only to protect our assets, right, but to take advantage of tax advantages that we have when we have a company. And then the third E is excess of cash flow, or excess of passive income. Cash flow and passive income is the same thing, positive cash flow, right? And that's when we know we're a master investor. So it has nothing to do with making millions of dollars, right? Because maybe your lifestyle is $20,000 per month, $10,000 per month, the lifestyle that you desire. And then you just have to have assets that produce that and more, so that you can live that for how long? That's your wealth number. Can you do that for the next 50, 100 years? That's why I said earlier on the video that we need to ensure that we're building assets that can last generations too, not just short-term assets. There are some vehicles that might take us from point A to point C quickly, or point B quickly, and it's going to be a short-term vehicle, and we understand that beforehand because we know exactly how to read financial statements, and we're taking action, we're incorporating, we have control, and we have a voice over the asset. We're not giving our money away to anybody, because when you invest in 401k and you give your money away to other people to invest it for you, you have no control, you have no say on what's going on with those companies. If you're investing in a stock, you can't tell Microsoft what to do. So it's better to incorporate your own company and start building an asset and acquire a company that is already in place or it's already established too. So we can acquire businesses and we can do seller financing, meaning that the seller will give us the debt, will give us a loan because they believe in their asset, and they may be just getting old, they want to get out of the business, or maybe many things can go when it comes to business, but we're going to use our creativity, because if we want to improve our wealth, what we have to do is increase our curiosity. It really boils down to that. The more curious we are, even though we're becoming successful, and let's say you reach a level, never feel like you're too successful to not be curious. Always be curious, because the best minds in the world are always curious. And today's message is going to be about choosing freedom over security, because if you chase security, you're running away from freedom. And in order to understand this, you need to invest in your financial literacy. So here at Master Investor, we have courses, we have products, and we have content like what you're seeing right now. that helps our community improve our financial well-being, because we're giving you what other people is not talking about, right? These are the basics of investing in business. We cannot have investing without business. That's why we have to talk about business all the time. So make sure you tune in today. I will talk to you on the next video. Thank you for having me. If you see any of the tools under this video, make sure you get them, check them out. Some of those tools do pay us a commission. There's a disclaimer somewhere down in the description, but I just let you know so that you are aware and we can do business together and build the asset column, bringing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. I'll talk to you on the next video. Stay extraordinary and wealthy. Bye for now.